Day number 17.
Namaste yogis.
It's Goga, kinda like yoga. 2 years in the game, 78 postures later. It is clear hip openers are the big boys or girls in yoga. From sitting ones, lunges, squats, goddesses, hamstring stretches, including the inversions. With this foundation, I'm convinced that we are ready to take a 90-day journey towards the mother of them all. They call it hanumanasana, monkey, or as most of you know it, the splits. Enjoy the ride.
Let's go.
Let's begin with some warm-up. 60 seconds jumping jacks. So keep going, reaching up, and jumping up, landing on your mound of the foot, the balls of the feet, so the heels don't touch the ground as you keep doing the jumping jacks. Inhale, exhale. Keep jumping, trying to create that tapas of the heat in the body. Oof. Then gently stop, take a rest. The next posture we're going to do the standing leg raise, standing knee to chest. So lift your right leg up so that you can grab the knee, pulling it towards your chest. And then maybe make circles with your ankles on the right, trying to keep the body straight as you lift the knee up. And let's see whether you can turn that foot or the knee towards the right, gaze towards the left. If you notice you're wobbly, you can always open your left hand, just find balance like an aeroplane. And then keep making the circles, maybe make anti-clockwise circles here. Feeling all that weight on the standing foot. Maybe come back to center and gently release the posture. Switch sides. Grab the left knee, make circles with your ankles, and then when you're ready, so that you can turn the left knee towards the right, gazing towards your left, or the other way around. Left knee towards the left, gaze towards your right. If you notice you're wobbly, you can always open your right hand just to find some bit of balance. Keep those circles with your ankles going. And then when you're ready, bring it back to center, take a rest. Oof. The next posture we are going to do 60 seconds keeping without a rope. So start 60 seconds, creating a bit of heat. See whether you can quicken the speed. Your heels are not supposed to touch the ground while you are skipping. Then try to keep everything compact as you jump, just trying to find that bit of fun as you do this particular posture. You can widen your hands just to make it harder. You can keep them close to your body, just be able to see what that looks like. You can keep dancing, make any movement. 60 seconds is so long in this posture. Then you just keep jumping. Oof. About 20 more seconds to go. Oof. Skipping without a rope. This posture is just crazy, guys. Oof. We can maybe last time as we slow down. 3, 2, and 1. Stop the exercise. Oof. Take a rest, catch your breath, exhale everything out through the mouth. Good. Once you're ready and you've taken enough rest, just to slow the heart rate down a bit here, we're going to do a quad stretch. Okay. So we begin with a quad stretch on the left. So pull your heel towards your glutes, and then for 30 seconds you're going to hold this quad stretch on the left side. Try to keep your upper body straight. You can even grab the foot with both your hands. Elbows are pointing out upwards, and then gazing forward into the horizon. Feeling that nice gentle stretch of the quad. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. And then once you're ready, this is half the time. You can gently release, and so that you can grab the right foot, and then you're pulling the right heel towards the right glute, feeling the quad stretch on the entire right side. Again, keep the upper body straight, gazing forward, inhaling and exhaling. Chest is straight. When the chest is straight, even your breathing in gets easier. And then when you're ready, release the posture, take a rest. The next posture we're going to do lying leg abduction. So come and sit next to the wall on a mat. Bum is next to the wall, and then feet are like straddled across the wall, and then you can bring them in. Straddle your feet by opening the legs, bring them back to center. And you can do this several times. So for 30 seconds, you're abducting the legs. So you bring them in, you open out. This is a very good stretch on the inner thighs, and it's also working that hip rotation going on there. Bring them in and out. And maybe say that you can hold the feet now, straddled, feeling that entire stretch on the inner hamstrings, doing like some sort of a cross. Oof. And see even whether you can widen it a little bit deeper. Stay here or maybe for 5 more seconds, and then gently release. Hug your knees to your chest, come into standing. So the next posture we are going to do the single leg swings. So press your hands on the wall, and then ready, start swinging your right foot. So you take your right leg as high as your shoulder for 30 seconds. So a single leg swing on the right leg. So this is very good just to be able to stretch the inner thighs and the hamstrings. And it's also just trying to bring in that mobility on the hip sockets as you keep like swinging. So these moves are very good. They're getting a bit repetitive, but with time you notice the benefit. They're giving us like some very amazing lower body flexibility. Gently release, we switch sides. So for 30 seconds you swing the left leg. So single leg swing, swing on the left foot. Try to keep the back straight. Let me try to see that I can make it vigorous here. Oof. I love how high this leg can go nowadays, 16 days into the practice. 15 more seconds to go. Keep swinging, trying to find that mobility in the body. If you can gaze forward, that will be cool. Stay with that sensation. And then when you're ready, release the posture. Oof, and take a rest. The next posture we are going to do a quad stretch, but now with the help of a wall. So press your right hand on the wall, and then see that you can grab your left foot. So for 40 seconds, keep pulling that heel towards your left glute. And then just stay here with the support of a wall. Stretch that quad for 40 seconds. Inhale, exhale. Trying to make sure that the left knee is pointing down towards the ground. Another option, you can actually go and stand in front of a wall with that ankle pressing against the wall. But we'll try that another day. So just stay with this sensation. About 15 more seconds left. Then gently release the posture, switch sides. For 40 seconds, we grab our left foot, and then you pull that heel towards the right glute or your bum. Try to keep your body straight. The left hand is pressing on the wall, trying to keep the elbow straight, and then keep pulling that heel towards your right glute. The knee is pointing down towards the ground. Half the time. 15 more seconds to go. Exhale. And then gently, when you're ready, release the posture. Take a rest. The next posture we're going to do the left, we'll start there. We'll do like a left hamstring stretch. So you come into bending halfway, pressing your hands on the left knee, and then we do it for 50 seconds, a dynamic left leg stretch. So you want to keep your left knee straight the entire time. Your right knee is slightly bent, and then as you come up, the knee remains straight the entire time, and then you come down halfway. Very good, just to be able to stretch that entire left hamstring. So it's dynamic because you're bringing in some bit of movement as you keep lifting your chest up and down. About 20 more seconds to go. Come up and then come down. Breathing in, breathing out. Then maybe so that you can hold it for a bit for this last few counts. Come up, switch sides. The next 50 seconds on the dynamic right leg stretch. So again, you bend your left knee now slightly like that, and then straighten your right foot. So you come up and then you bend halfway. So as you come up, you want to find that lengthening the torso, and then you want to keep your right hamstring fully straight. Resting the hands on the knee, just be able to keep the knee elongated the entire time. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you come down. Trying to bring in ease in this movement. So these are very good postures, just to be able to stretch the hamstrings. And just be able to find that bit of lengthening, very crucial. Day number 17, guys. In 73 days it will be done, 73 days to go. And then gently release the posture. Take a rest. The next posture we're going to do some lunge pulses. So we start with the left side. So you take your knee out like into a lunge, and then come in like into crescent warrior. All right, so the back foot is on toes. And then so that you can bend your knee 90 degrees. But instead of taking your hands up, press your hands on your waist and then just start pulsing. Start pulsing the lunge. Try to keep the upper body straight as you lunge forward. Yeah, feeling that stretch on the thighs and the hamstrings and the quads. It's a very good stretch just to be able to work the lower body. You keep the upper body straight, you're able to support that weight on top of the hips. Keep pulsing to the lunge. Then gently release. We switch sides. So find the crescent warrior stance on the left side, and then we're going to pulse now on the right side. We are doing the left. So once you're ready, upper body is straight. Literally, you're trying to bring the upper body on top of the hips, and then you start pulsing into the right. Back foot is engaged, so you want to make sure that the knee is totally straight, just like the upper body, as you keep pulsing into that knee. Yeah, if pulsing is too much, you can just hold it. Sometimes holding onto the posture and finding stillness does the same trick, So you can stay with that sensation as well when you hold. Whew. Halfway through the trip. Then gently release the posture, taking a break here. Oof. The next posture we are going to do the 60-second cross touch and reach like we did yesterday. So again, you're going to open your hands like a cross, and then you're going to come down and so that you can tap the left foot, and then lift the right hand up, gazing towards the right hand, and then twist your head, looking to the lifted hand. Switch sides. Now you tap the left foot with your right hand, gazing towards your left hand. Your upper body is bent at 90 degrees at the waist, so it also becomes a twist here. You can feel a very nice twist on the upper back. Very good, especially to be able to stretch the spine. So let's move a bit slowly today. I know we normally rush through this particular routine, but today let's just see whether you can take it at least slightly slow. Find a twist as you keep looking up. Oof. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, coming down as you bend into 90 degrees. There's some very strong benefit when you move very gracefully and with a bit of intentionality in movement. So that's what we are trying to do here in this cross touch and reach. So we just come up very slowly, and then as we go down, we freeze and hold it for a bit. Then gently come up and then release. The next posture we're going to do, we're going to attempt downward facing dog, the easy downward facing dog, which is also called pyramid pose. So again, try to make sure that your legs are drawing like a pyramid shape. So like they're mat with distance apart, your hips are squared, so both feet are pointing towards the front. And then rest both your hands on your left knee, feeling that entire stretch on the left hamstring. Try to keep the legs straight as much as possible and the hips are squared. If somebody was to place a cup of tea on your lower back, that cup should be able to balance very comfortably, or a block. Okay, don't place a cup of tea on your back. Okay, and then just stay here drawing that 90-degree angle. So this is like a modified downward facing dog. And otherwise, if you want to bring in more challenge, so that you can bring your fingers down on the ground, and then so that you can bow forward, just to find that deep stretch. Otherwise, you can see that you can interlace your fingers behind your right hamstring and then totally roll yourself, curl yourself up. Very good hamstring stretch, especially on both sides. And then gently switch sides, take a rest. We do the same thing. So is it downward dog on the right side or pyramid pose on the right side? So hands on your waist, pull your belly in, hinge forward, bend it from your hips during that 90-degree angle, and then you can rest your hands on your right knee now and gaze forward, keeping that nice flat back. The more you keep this nice flat back, your legs are fully straight. Just be able to feel that engagement of the hamstrings here. Make sure the heels are resting on the ground nicely. Inhale and exhale. Gazing forward, neck is relaxed. And maybe when you feel ready, you can say that you can bring your hands down on the ground. It's perfectly fine. Just be able to find that deep stretch, even on this other side like we did on the previous side. Otherwise, you can just stay with a flat back. Modify downward facing dog or pyramid pose. Then gently release. The next posture you're going to do, come into sitting, and then you're going to do easy seated butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet to touch. Make sure your seat bones are grounded on the ground, and then grab the tops of the feet, and then keep flailing your knees outwards so you can flap them as if you're doing butterfly wings, and then try to keep the chest straight. It's a very good posture, just be able to open the hips. And then keep dropping your knees as far as possible, just to find that strength, lengthening of the hip joints. And then you can even pull your heels closer towards your pelvis, just be able to find a deeper stretch. Otherwise, stay here and you can even stay still for a bit. Feeling that nice stretch. Butterfly pose or hanumanasana. Inhale and exhale. And then gently release. The next posture you're going to do, we are going to do frog pose, but we are going to do a modified frog pose today. Come on to line on your back. Then take your feet out Charlie Chaplin on a wall. So press your feet on a wall and then start walking your legs opposite each other. And then keep your lower back down on the ground. Make sure it's not lifting. And then try to keep the heels on the same line. And then keep walking your toes. Just crawl your toes further away from each other. You're still doing frog pose, but now you're doing an upside down frog pose. Oof. So it's a lot. So you notice that the more you keep crawling your toes away, so one of my toes is going towards my mat, the other one towards the opposite side. I'm still doing frog pose, and I can feel my entire hips are like totally stretching right about now. And then you can either choose to rest your head on your hands, otherwise you can stretch your hands fully. So as if the way you normally do it when you are upside down. So you're stretching your hands above your head, and then you keep crawling your legs out. Just be able to find that deep stretch. So this is how you modify frog pose. Very crucial but very beautiful and easier way of doing frog pose as compared to what we are normally used to when we're doing it on the mat. Inhale, exhale. Crawl one last time just for a bit. And then gently, so that you can bring your knees in, drop and lie on your right side. Oof. Take your wide legs as wide as possible. This is going to be our last posture. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So take your feet as wide as your mat, and then bring your hands in front of you, and then walk them slightly towards the back. Bend your elbows as if you're creating a shelf, and so that you can bring your crown of your head down on the ground. And then when you're ready, you can stretch your hands forward. And then breathe in and out. Look at that stretch. So this stretch is normally very good, especially when you're working on the middle splits. The hamstrings are stretching, the groin is stretching, and then just stay here. Another option, you can grab the sides of the feet. Inhale, exhale. Then when you're ready, you can bring your hands to your heart center. Namaste.